Professionals in my car. I'm your host, Oscar Montenegro. Today I have Ashley Martin. Ashley is the director of marketing. Ashley, thank you so much for getting in the hot seat.
You're welcome. Thanks for the opportunity.
You're going to leave me hanging?
You're going to shake my hand. You're going to shake my hand. Gotcha.
Yes,
okay.
yes. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
So tell us what you specialize in, Ashley.
Yeah. So marketing is a lot of things to a lot of people. For me in particular, I'm really specializing in marketing in the higher education field, but we also do advertising, we do branding and brand management, and making sure that our institution's brand is reflected well in the market, and that also we're being true to who we are. And marketing is challenging because it is a field where a lot of people can dabble in it and do things in it, but it is just as much a science as it is an art. And a training and a background in that helps you make database decisions, helps you do things that are strategic in pushing forward your institution's vision. So definitely marketing strategy and creating those visions is something that I specialize in.
I see.
Yeah.
And so what would you say, what does it take to be a leader in this industry from the standpoint of how do you separate yourself from the competition?
Yeah, that's a good question. There's a lot of folks in the marketing field, and a lot of ways that you have to differentiate yourself, and so many specializations to choose from. I think for me, one thing that I feel kind of differentiates me in this field is intentionality, and making sure that all of the decisions that I make are based on goals and based on a strategic decision-making process. It's really easy to, again, in marketing, to just throw a tactical solution at a problem without making sure that it bounces back against that strategy. And being intentional about always making that decision is key, and that does set you apart.
So do you see a lot of marketing not have that dynamic?
Yes.
Is that frustrating at times?
It is. It's extremely frustrating because you know the potential is there, and you see the opportunities for what things can be if they are strategy driven. And bringing people around to that can be a challenge.
I see.
And talking them through that process, because a lot of times when we have a problem we want to fix, we want to do it as quickly as possible.
Of course.
And that means tactic. That doesn't mean strategy. But strategy is key.
And so what would it take, or what does it take to be a leader of people in this industry? Meaning, how do you get your folks, your constituents, to execute on the common goals of your department?
Educating is a big piece of being a leader, and doing it in a way that doesn't elevate your own ego, and making sure that you're doing it from an honest place and helping them understand what opportunities do exist and how they can become better in their marketing and increase their brand. I also think that being a leader in this industry is instilling confidence in others to then, once they learn those processes, to take it and run with it and not feel like they have to rely on others to do those things.
So do you have students that help you currently? Do you have actual people that have graduated and so do you have both, or just the one?
Yeah,
okay.
We do have both. So, and again, as a manager in the industry too, I have a team that I lead and look for those opportunities to build that confidence in them. I'm fortunate; they're fantastic. So they really have a lot of those skills that they can bring to bear, and even our students are just phenomenal. And giving them those opportunities, though, that helps build that confidence so that they can take it with them wherever they may end up in the future, is a part of my role.
Can you give us an example of maybe one of those opportunities? That's probably a little off the cuff, but I'm interested in knowing how do you build that confidence? I think that's a good leadership concept.
I think one of the key examples that kind of comes to mind for me is when I have a staff member who is faced with maybe a new or different challenge, and they come in and ask me a little bit about what they think that they should do in that moment. And rather than just answering the question, I try to say, well, what do you think you should do? Talk me through the process. And it's really easy to just answer the question because that's the quickest way to solve the problem, right? But by giving them the opportunity to do that critical thinking and work their way through it, you're building their confidence, because if you can turn around then and say, you got it, that's a moment.
And you feel like most everybody has an opinion when you do ask them, what do you think?
Yeah. And if, you know, if the opinion is not the thing that you would recommend, then talking through that together and again, making it a learning moment, it helps them develop those instincts and helps them really become a stronger leader in their own right. I guess too, you know, I believe that everybody has leadership in them and the ability to be a leader.
Sure.
And to give them the opportunity to do that is huge. And
I would agree.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're thankful for that.
Yes. Yes.
So how would you, the leadership competencies that you hold as a director, how do we develop these leadership competencies in your industry, or how do we make more directors?
Yeah.
What does this take?
I think it takes a certain level of transparency and allowing people to see behind the curtain a little bit, and how you make decisions, how you work with people. That's such a key part of marketing too, is that relationship building component and working with, because you know our organization has an agency based model, so we're working with what we consider clients, and knowing that everybody brings talent and expertise to the table and recognizing that and not elevating ourselves as, you know, that we know everything, because we don't. Our clients are their content experts, and then we come in and provide kind of that sounding board that's a little removed from the process, and together you create better products. So that's definitely a piece of it.
So when you say clients, you mean external as well as internal clients?
Primarily internal.
Right,
so
okay.
College departments, units, you name it, campuses, stuff like that.
Ashley, you've provided great insight here on the marketing and what it takes to be a leader. I really appreciate it. Thank you for getting in the hot seat.
Hey, I got
Don't leave me this time.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Sounds good.
Thank you.